Да, все. Ман Геген Ман, ёпта.
With who?
Dorota. Dorota. Lexi. Dorota.
О, бля, вот тут интересный поворот, нахуй. Так, я сейчас могу ее триггернуть. Только на кого? Ну, по факту, тут либо сказать правду, либо спиздеть, правильно? Правильно. Я могу такие... Если спиздеть, она может проверить, узнать. Допустим, ну я так предполагаю. А если с челом, который... Ну, с бабой, которая уже того, как бы... А вы Мария Деусульт, то, блядь, проверим.
I thought so.
Есть, гадал.
Well, Dorota isn't here anymore. That's the curse of sleeping with you, obviously. How dare you break up with me? It's my decision. And I haven't made my mind up yet.
Ой, ебать, кого-то мне это напоминает, нахуй. Да, шуя ППШ, блядь.
No, she hasn't.
We're only joking, I'm still here. And I can't do without you, Poe.
Oh, that's... The curiosity shop is now closed.
Dreams
And nightmares.
with Poe and Monroe. So, Robin's had this dream recently. I'm looking... Zach, what are you doing here?
I've been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Good to know. I'm not one of them, though, so... Unless there's anything else?
Pose for me.
Бля, может этот, блядь, уёбок нахуй? Я бы его, блядь, с КамАЗом бы познакомил бы сразу.
Let's sleep together. Pose for me. Let's sleep together.
Ебать, вот, блядь, сука, я прикинул, блядь, на секунду, вот такой подходишь к бабе и вот ты говоришь вот так.
Let's sleep together.
Да, прикольно, блядь, мне кажется,
Pose for me.
согласится.
Zach, please stop asking. It's not gonna happen.
Just undo a few buttons, yeah?
Are you bullying me into taking my clothes off for you? That's sleazy. Just leave, Zach, before I call Chief DuPont. Painful emotions from the
Нормальная баба,
past.
блядь, нигера
Now,
послала
the
нахуй,
photo
респект.
albums, they also suggest that you're feeling over.
Все, слава
Only
богу,
represents
этого
feeling warm
противного,
and
блядь,
loved. The
пидора, блядь, не
crying
буду играть
can
так.
signify, once again, those negative emotions that you're feeling. Now,
Ну, сука,
from
можно его
what I'm
посадить
taking
нахуй,
from...
блядь?
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Француз.
like this, so Robin, you're not alone in this. And I know, by the sounds of it, this dream feels very...
Claude.
Да, Клод, да, Клод.
out to those that you love.
Хотя он
You're
не
so
похож
right,
на
Monroe, and I think
француза.
just by hearing your words, I think understand what's going. The beginning of finding answers to this.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. I'm sorry.
I'm just in shock all the time. How could she be so different? I just can't process it all.
What did you want to ask?
Am I still a suspect? Okay. Good. Listen, I think I might get out of this place soon. I need some space.
вряд ли, нет, он вряд ли, я не
The
думаю,
vacant
что...
penthouse had a hallucinatory quality.
Бля, вот этого пидора за решетку, бля, его ебало мне уже не нравится,
Windows
сука.
that
Смотришь на его
span the
ебало,
wall
хочется, сука,
were
бля,
many
КамАЗ.
distant pinpricks
Сесть в
of
КамАЗ,
white,
блядь, привязать его,
the
блядь,
lights of
тупо,
the
блядь,
city.
познакомить его, блядь,
It was
с белым
cold.
светом, нахуй, блядь.
Chief DuPont. Thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking you're safe.
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down? What's...
That you're just saying you're doing things when you're not actually doing anything. What's the plan, Chief DuPont? How do we stop this from happening? How do we stop me from dying?
Меньше ебаться надо, блядь. Меньше риск. Сказал человек, который, блядь, ну ладно. Да,
And
бля.
yet, there it was, until it wasn't.
Нога затекла. Ой, бля.
Altering its form like camouflage, playing with the images and thoughts all called from its victims. There it floated, and then it turned to face me. Run or die, the door gave way from the stumbling push, and the...
Все, яс. Сэм, ёпту, блядь. Так.
The air was thickened mud. Limbs slowed with each straining step.
Ну
And
я же
then
всех пощадил, блядь.
What do you know about it? It's probably a bit more nuanced than that, but maybe. We've got a new target, Alice Monroe. Alice said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect. But Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
to it and meaningless. Its present
Бля, что я еще пропустил, блядь? Вроде ж все.
Prostitution as age, drugs, and street life took their toll on her market value. Until she in an empty penthouse
Дебил,
lair.
блядь, я ж все это уже разрулил, блядь, придурок.
What are you doing here? Go rescue Bronwyn.
Fidelity.
Че, ебанутый, блядь, нахуй, вам ебальник разбить, блядь.
And you're sure it was her? Then it couldn't be her, could it? You want me to tell Claude, don't you? Sorry, I mean Chief DuPont. Fine, fine, I'll call him.
Present disguise,
Всё, блядь.
but had other uses for me.
О, сука, блядь, что ты меня ебало мучишь, блядь.
Segments which traced along the sides of my face and into my mouth.
Ну, блядь, нахуй, где next chapter, блядь?
Fine. Let me do the paperwork. I'm starting to regret hiring you. Maybe you should concentrate on something else.
Struggling. As the world wriggled
Блядь,
around.
ну, где эта хуйня? Следующая глава.
My nasal cavity, and then my brain.
Я же всех расспросил.
Panic. And gradually, as the worm settled, panic made way for dread. The worm was inside my skull.
А, все, вот он, разблокировалось.
I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing. Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead. A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it? Three attempts? Yes, that's likely, but 3 victims? That's up to you, Sam. No pressure. Was it a gold coin? That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveler thing. It's a bit showy, but there's no guarantees.
Да, блять. Сука. Неудобно сижу. Блять. Надо на другую булку пересаживаться. Так.
No. I can do a reading if you want.
Давай. Блять. Да, блять, сука. Чуть подальше. Вот так вот заебись. Во, изи, ебать, изи. Изи, ёпт. О, вот так по кайфу.
Nine of Cups. This is a very positive card. Is Zach a suspect? Something feels wrong. He's too smug, too self-congratulating, like he's got away with something. I don't like this, Sam. I don't like this one bit at all. Yes, of course. Anything. I've already been doing that, but sure, I'll keep at it. Maybe it'll feel sorry for me and finally put out.
Back of the closet. I always watch from inside the closet.
Так, с ней уже побазарил, да?
Dreams?
And nightmare.
Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free. Yeah, she asked for a sample reading to show what I could do. It's easy to see now, with the benefit of hindsight. 3 of Swords, the Devil, death. I mean, any tarot reader will tell you that death hardly ever means real physical death. But given what we've learned, in Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. We couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. The Butcher of Birmingham received 3 life sentences and won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. We know it wasn't him, though. We know it was a traveller.
We need you, Alice.
Well, so what I can tell you...
So what's the news about Alice? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. Who's that? Is he a suspect? I guess he must be. Okay, I'm on the case. Just give me a minute to get ready and I'll be off.
A relationship, perhaps, where you feel that others see you as someone else's significant.
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
It definitely looks like an alien, and from what I can see, it's like a alien.
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy, but he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you. Rain's still a suspect. No corroborated alibi. Bronwyn Castle has one, Lexi Taylor doesn't. I got my search back on Rain, or Petrovsky, as we should call him. He's got priors that you're looking into. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
Curiosity Shop is now closed.
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions, it's exhausting. I'm off to stay at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
It felt unnatural to be here, in this place, so far away from home.
Probably right here. Why? I didn't realise I was under house arrest. If you've got proof, arrest me, Sam. You're reaching. I'll go where I want, not where you want me to be.
Gravity, a lack of sunlight, the station's
Пизда
depressing
тебе,
food
блядь,
pace,
сука,
and the
нахуй,
project's
ебальник я
mounting
тебе
work pressure
снес бы в
had
реале.
gone so far to
Я
affect his
просто пришел
physical
бы нахуй,
appearance.
твое ебало,
He had
блядь,
even
об
started
стенку
to avoid
размазал,
mirror.
блядь.
You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. Only a madman, or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Our show? We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctors' surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger? Tarot? Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by? I didn't get his name, I'm afraid. He offered to do a spot on our show, doing tarot readings to answer listener questions. We said we'd think about it. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? The official story is that Mary August retired from a life on the high seas, found a nice spot here, and used her ill-gotten gains to establish a town. But that's not what really happened. It's true that Mary August was a pirate, but she didn't retire. Her ship was sunk on the rocks just off the coast. Mary and all of her crew sought refuge in a small fishing town, this one. They slaughtered everyone, men, women, and children, all dead and dismembered in their own homes. The bodies were dumped in a mass grave. Well, the body parts. And the pirates moved in. No one knows. It seems at some point it was built over and then forgotten about. It could be under the school, or the church, or right beneath our feet. On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed. Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
Loud and clear, he replied. All right, we're going to accelerate your descent a bit, otherwise we'll be here all day. Dr. Yutani sounded tired. Besides, we don't want you down there any longer than necessary. Neither do I.
Don't confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
I'm Poe, and this is your August update. August update.
500, 600, 700. Nearing the end of the rope now, she informed.
John, I'm gonna be fine.
Demetrius said to himself. A few hundred meters. That's the end of the rope, Demetrius said out loud. He wasn't sure why he suddenly felt the need to narrate.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
I've just moved in next door.
It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Anything I can help with?
No, not really.
Dmitri slowly rotated on the rope to inspect all sides. It occurred to him how narrow the tunnel really was. If he got stuck,
Так,
he wanted to help
допиливаю
him
эту
out.
главу и баньки.
He desperately tried to dismiss the... Not much to see here, just more smooth black surfaces and...
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Dmitri, fully aware that he was suspended above unknown heights, carefully produced
Блять, конечно, у
the
меня
lamp
есть
on his
идея,
helmet
что
suddenly went out.
ГГ и есть, блять, убийца.
What can we do to help?
Haven't we done enough? Not many people get to know when they're going to die, let alone get the chance to avoid it. We've given Ellis a huge advantage.
So what should we do?
Honestly, I don't know. All three of us should stick together, though, so there's no confusion over our alibis this time.
Yet the soft scratching on the pencil had a soothing quality to it.
Ой, бля, не то.
Mind of the endless depths beneath him. But
What do you do?
I don't know. I don't want to lie about my alibi again, though. What should I do?
Log into Tarot. Stay with me.
Okay, this time we'll actually stay in the same room, though. And maybe we should try and hang out with Reagan and Violet, too. Group alibi. You're the best.
Dmitri started yelling up the shaft. Pull me up! Get me out of here, please! He swore he heard laughter coming. His heart was beating in his chest. He tried climbing up. He felt the sweet relief. Faster! Please go faster! He pleaded the moment communication was restored. What's going on, Dr. Sheffield? Dr. Whitfield's voice was...
Hello, I'm Violet.
He hadn't told anyone about the whispers in the dark for fear of being mentally unfit. He had already played that quarters and was unable to discern any unusual wavelength that couldn't be picked up by a microphone, or he was indeed going insane. Much to her...
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
Linguistic discoveries made... He was able to create a rough translation of the word, or rather something that approximated its meaning.
Странно, эта глава какая-то
Punishment for the wicked or curious.
Так, надо быстрее этим дебилом отыграть.
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Да и завали ебало нахуй.
Dmitri quickly fell asleep. He couldn't wait to go.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
True.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio. You were at Dorota's.
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont will put two and two together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You were spying on me.
I followed you there, then back to the studio. You lied to the police. You lied to me. I'm done with you. We're finished. Don't come back here again.
Yes, все.
But as he listened closer, he noticed no
Пидора на
presence in the
место
room.
поставили,
He
ебать,
could hear them
красава.
breathing. Me, he tried again. I can't see. Breathing became heavier, but there was no reply. Without knowing what, fear stamping his feet like a frustrated child. Please help me! The breathing suddenly unsettling gut only starts to take hold.
Good evening, Zachary. That's for being a creep with Alice. Now get out of my radio station.
Sound. He reached out his hand,
Есть.
but no one was
Я
there.
добился своего,
Dimitri was
ему
both
ебало
perplexed
разбили
and overcome by
нахуй.
a frightful panic.
Послали
He felt like he was
нахуй.
going mad. Nothing made sense. He just wanted to leave this nightmare and go home. But home was a million miles away. He knew he was alone here,
сделал.
and no one would be coming to help him. It was then he had.
Так, за нее я играл, так, за него... За нее нет. Нет, так, да. Мне надо сейчас за Лекси.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
Дюпона на
Their
последний
words.
поставлю.
This is how you die.
Do you think you're a suspect?
Not that I know of. Chief Dupont asks me for favors, so I think I'd know.
Did Zach kill Direct?
I don't know. But something about him has certainly changed.
Had he been dreaming? As he ascended the shaft, he wondered which part had been a dream.
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice, it will be soon.
How do you know it's going to be soon?
I can sense it. Are you not picking anything up, Lex? There's a traveller nearby.
No. How do you know all this?
Mescaline mainly, but I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this?
Yes.
At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. He takes mescaline and basically trips his balls off. And the party girl I used to be thought, yay. My experience wasn't anything like his, though. People looked like tiny rainbow outlines, and I would notice that some of them would just appear from nowhere. Those ones, the ones from nowhere, I think they're the travelers. They kind of merge into one person, and suddenly there's only
Шо, я ППШ?
one outline. That's what I see. But you, no drugs for you, young lady. Tea and nothing else, alright?
Ask
Блять, она хуярит мискалин, блядь.
Dr. Remington.
Шо, я ППШ, блядь, чё мне еще тут добавить? Нечего, блядь.
No.
Всех в дурку, блядь.
No, Dimitri replied. I'm sure.
Пиздец.
I remembered what those writings meant, he said, as he frantically pointed at the notes Dr. Utani was holding.
Ой,
Are
бля.
you saying you've seen what exactly? The future? Dr. Whitfield asked. He sounded incredulous. Dimitri's shoulders slumped as his gaze dropped to the floor.
So, aliens. Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens.
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens. But not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating it.
Strange, isn't it? Why would an alien decorate? Perhaps an alien that's not an alien?
If it's a traveller, why is it strangling people?
Well, it's a right, obviously. But the alien Violet's talking about probably isn't the same traveller. Perhaps this is something new we haven't discovered yet. Using humans as decor.
Ray, why do you pray for them?
Well, because right now, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Maybe try and get answers.
The only tarot with real answers is Mercury, and Mercury asks the questions. So other than staring at it for the rest of the night, I'm out of ideas.
Trapped in an alien place. Chills ran down his spine. He couldn't wait to go back home. Night, Dimitri awoke. Whispers in the darkness. Turning on the light this time.
Dreams.
And nightmares.
With Poe and...
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
That is interesting dream. I would say he has some heights that they've never seen. Ambitious, and they might be a little over-ambitious.
I can in fact tell you that a tower does in fact symbolize a quest.
Understanding.
And climbing stairs can show that you're achieving your goals.
Oh, so he is achieving.
Elle, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die.
Are you?
Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. Elle, we must finish what we started.
Nope. What do you mean? Let's finish it.
Elle, I fell in love with you the first day we met. You ripped out my heart, diced it into pieces, and reshaped it in your form. I will always be yours, forever. Elle. Will you marry me?
Санта-Барбара, блядь.
No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes.
Elle, I love you. You don't know how happy you've made me. My angel.
Ну,
My
может,
absolute
сдохнуть,
angel.
блядь, хоть немножко порадуется, блядь.
Are you really married?
Yes, you've met my wife and family. They're sadly not actors I've hired to make my life look richer than it is. Tomorrow, I will tell her about us. And I will leave her. Another heart broken, another family destroyed, another villainous father.
Is your wife gonna kill me?
No. At least I don't think so. She doesn't know anything about us. Not yet, anyhow.
It's left unseen.
Блядь, деревня
Several were made,
дураков,
apparently.
блядь.
Ellis, do you have the amethyst?
What?
Poe's amethyst pendant? The one we have the buyer for?
Poe's pendant?
Okay, we're playing silly buggers now. Don't worry about it. My buyer would have found something by the time you pitch up with it anyway.
From this height,
Опять этот дебил
nighttime
проехал.
London spark. I dive from the roof of the Mandela Tower block.
Да, мне уже башка не варит, я
Gravity
хуйню
accelerates me towards the pavement. 32 stories, but
Им я играл, да, вот им, потом шефом Типоном.
Hello,
ебаньки.
I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
woke up one morning to find Tenzin rooting around in there. Words were spoken, fists were raised. The truth is, there was enough food.
Why do you think the killer's chosen Ellis?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm a redhead. I suppose I should feel left out.
Access to the stairwells, the room service cart, and a roof with a view to die for.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
What's getting closer?
The event. Whatever's going to happen to Ellis. I can feel it.
Do you think this John Pope is involved?
I doubt it. As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him then?
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
The roof of the Dreamtime Hotel was littered with.
Там были еще другие вопросы. Почему нельзя
Finger
задать?
bones. He gave me one long final.
Hey.
How's the Ouija?
Full of annoying voices that aren't helping me. I've only just got back from the photographer's place, so I haven't had a chance to go at it yet.
Say anything about me?
I didn't ask yet about you. Do you think I should?
No.
Alrighty, stay there and I'll think of a question. Okay, let's see. Oh dear. I asked it if you were still the same Rain I knew and loved.
I dive.
Что за херь, блядь, я сейчас только что увидел.
You're listening to Radio August. And Monroe.
Region. Read by Asus.
Rain, what an unexpected pleasure. Maybe you could help me with something. When you were here yesterday, you don't recall seeing a small green velvet pouch anywhere, do you?
No.
Well, keep your eyes peeled. The pouch contains Augustan gold coins, believed to have been part of Mary August's.
Вот тут-то, блядь, и прикол.
Original hoard. I'm sorry you don't know the town's origin story, do you? Suffice to say, if you see them, please return them to me. They're in the pouch for a reason. If anyone comes into contact with them, bad things happen. I have to be on air in a minute. Another time, maybe?
Field of stones. It started with one, the first domino to be pushed down. She was young.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
A way to feast upon, and this demon was nothing if not patient.
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Your doctor did call.
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills. Are you?
No. Not anymore.
I think you're supposed to take the pills, Violet.
Well, you're normally more forceful about it, Claude. You said my UFO was real. So why am I taking pills?
I didn't say the UFO was real.
Are you trying to make me go mad? Just an hour ago, you said there was a UFO sighting. Now it's take the pills, Violet.
You said you saw other heads when you were taken.
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognised. They all had red hair.
Do you think this place is nearby?
Maybe. If there's some kind of film studio or something. The place didn't look like this place. My memories are vivid and clouded at the same time.
Until she got to her lonely, nearly empty home. After night. when she finally
Бля, ну если это реально вот концовка с какой-то паранормальной хуепенью, блядь, в пизду.
had enough.
Tell me about Hong Kong. What does the name Lawrence Petrovsky mean to you?
Well done, Chief. You've discovered Rain is my stage name. Please try and save Ellis. She's the one in danger, and we've already had one dead body on your watch.
Tell me.
If you know about Hong Kong, then I don't have to tell you anything. It's all in that report that you've clearly read.
The light at the end, and she was afraid as much as Carl.
I haven't asked you about his...
Until a few hours ago, I never heard of the guy. Creepy as fudge, if you ask me.
Thanks.
Anything for you, Chief?
All humans don't want to die, but more than that. So she succumbed to the sickness. Never get it right on the...
Chief DuPont. Grave news, indeed. Will Ellis be... No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her. Can't I get someone else to handle the radio? And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight. We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested. No, I don't want to dilute my brand. I would love... Then I will pencil you in, Chief. It would be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
Tore apart her liver. The doctors, the ones who cared enough to see the signs, helped her, or tried at least. Again, nothing got better for her. She tried again, rewrote the note, redid the...
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed. Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens would be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Ellis Monroe?
Завтра уже решу. Пизду. Опять, блядь, 13 часов почти отстримил, нахуй. Ой, бля, моя задница. А! Ой, блин. Ну, прикольная игруха, прикольная. Хотя Late Shift мне понравилась больше. Она более такая интересная. Более прикольная. Ну, в общем, спокойной ночи.